So network documentation overview for the Riverside Healthcare BioMed Network Refresh Project. Installed ProCurve, HP ProCurve E2510 managed switches. They're in a stacked configuration with a central switch called the commander. This documentation will lay out the topology and reference various links and port information for you. When you first open it up, you're going to see an ActiveX controls notification. Go ahead and allow that block content. If you cannot do this, let us know and we can assist. In the upper left, you have some zoom features, not really relevant in this document, but it does allow you a lot of control over larger documents. This one is provided so that you could print it out and present. If you hold the control button while you click any of the different floors or objects, you're going to be able to see some content here on the left. If you'd like to expand on that content, this was created in Microsoft Visio. It's tied to Excel asset information that we've recorded for the project. And ultimately, we resell Visio, but we also can provide a demo, training, and we'll show you Glyphy, which is an online version, a stripped down version, and it allows you to do it for free in a plug and play fashion within our tools page on aspconsulting.com. The commander is located on the first floor. You'll see here it says ER. It's actually the same location as first floor ops and EPL switches, which is an outpatient surgery. The IS link just references that you're isolated from their network. This is a virtually segmented network via VLANs. VLAN 1 is MC VLAN. VLAN 10 is IX VLAN. Ports 1 through 18 and 26 are MC ports, and ports 19 through 25 are IX ports. The maroon solid lines mean that it's a home run to various locations, meaning the 5th floor ICU closet, the 4th floor 3 telepeds closet, the 2nd floor ICU. You'll also see the link to the 1st floor OR PACU software, our switches. Those are in blue, so you'll see interstitial 4, 3, interstitial 1/2. The solid lines here on the right and down here in the 1st floor ER switches, as well as the 3rd floor interstitial, are solid because they're actually in the exact same location, just like the 1st floor here. If there's a dotted line, it means they're in a different closet, potentially different floor in this case. In this case, same floor, different room. Ultimately, you can search. If you search just for, say, ops, it's going to pull up anything with ops in it. So you're going to see the various areas. So the more information that you put into this, the more you're really going to get out of it. When you do some searches, you can do advanced searches as well. So the documentation, details, can essentially be inventory for your entire area. If you type in BioMed, since all switches are labeled as such, you're going to be able to go through and see all the different switch types and switch configurations. If it's a home run link, it means that in the commander, ports 1 through 12 are MC VLAN, ports 13 through 24 are IX, 25s an uplink for IX, MC's an uplink on 26, but those are just for expansion, will not be utilized for consistency across the network in regard to how we plug different cables, different ports, and management of the network. Ports, the receiving port for any home run is going to be 2 network runs. One goes to port 24, one goes to port 1. MC VLAN is port 1, IX 24. So this switch here, where you see a dotted line on different areas, there's going to be 2 different cables ran, and those are actually going to be put into 25, or those are, since they're in a different closet, I'm sorry, MC VLAN port 1, IX VLAN port 24. Now within the same exact closet, we use the gigabit uplinks. There's no reason not to. And it allows for consistency within the same switch closet. So ultimately, since these are home runs, even though they're in the same closet, they're home runs to switches that provide different area functionality. So That's the overview of the documentation online. If you have any questions, let us know. If there's any inaccuracies, we'd like to correct them. We appreciate your business, and the project on itself is a great time. What we'd like to show you real quick is a application we call Glyphy. If you go out to www.aspieconsulting.com, I'm actually going to go ahead and open up a new tab. On aspieconsulting.com, we're going to have a Tools tab. The Tools tab is going to give you different applications we create that we work with our offshore partners to resell and provide. We feel they add efficiency if they benefit our customers. We're advocates for it. You can click ASPIE Tools and it'll take you to our page. Glyphy is the second tab. And Glyphy is a way just to sort of play with some of the functionality that you could have in Visio. You can also save these documents. And in this case, we can look at a network diagram. You can draw up all your racks, different ports, and get real granular with your information. You may not need it, but it's always great to have. It's also doing your due diligence in regards to maintaining a network. It's not physically separated like it used to be. It is logical, and it's good for knowledge retention purposes to keep this updated. We do provide training, as I mentioned, and resell Visio, and we can also just be hired to update this or refresh it on a quarterly or yearly basis. You can also do SWOT analysis here. There's Venn diagrams, so we're going to go ahead and do a Venn diagram just as a quick example of one of the extra things you can do. You can drag any element on this screen. You can also take different patterns or stencils, and you can import stuff here, all kinds of great tools. But since it's a Venn diagram, we're going to go into user interface. I'm going to show different object here. So if we have this, we can stem down, hit control. I'm going to zoom out, and I'm going to take and hit control A. I'm going to drag the entire content over. But ultimately, this could be considered, say, BioMed network. Or we'll just say BioMed expansion project. BioMed expansion is good enough. And right here you have BioMed network. BioMed network. And here you have BioMed medical. And that would be equipment. If you wanted to do a sub-element through this Venn diagram from equipment, you could say core project equipment. Element 1 over here, since you have expansion and a network, it would be technical. And element 2 over here, since it has BioMed expansion and BioMed medical equipment, as you see from the submenu here, or the main circle. Element 2 over here would technically be expansion and medical, so we would call that provider. So you have technical, provider, and equipment. Within provider, you would have another circle. We could put that in a, what would we do? I'm feeling crazy with some red today. We could do an overlap here. You can also make those smaller. Since we're going with some overlap here, I would like to put it here. And ultimately, you can right click on it. You can copy, paste, etc., etc. So you can add some subcontractors off of your provider. You can essentially draw out your logical overlaps so that you can clearly identify the lines within your project. That's one of many, many things that just Glyphy will provide you. Visio will provide you with fantastic documentation tool, collaboration tool, and reporting tool. So We hope you enjoyed the project. Thank you so much for the business and have a wonderful day.